7. The Bom Jesus. The remarkable discovery of the Bom Jesus, a Portuguese ship that vanished 5 centuries ago, has captivated the world with its extraordinary story. The ship embarked on its fateful journey from Lisbon, Portugal on March 7, 1533, destined for India, and laden with a precious cargo of gold and copper ingots. The mystery surrounding its fate endured for centuries until 2008, when the Bom Jesus resurfaced, quite literally, in the arid desert of Namibia during diamond mining operations along the African coast. It's believed that the ship succumbed to a fierce storm, resulting in a dangerous shipwreck. The storm may have forced the vessel perilously close to the shore off Namibia, where it collided with a rock, causing the hull to tip and capsize. Then, when the coastal waters receded, the Bom Jesus found itself stranded in the heart of the desert. Remarkably, the shipwreck's condition suggests an exceptionally violent storm, yet intriguingly, there's an absence of human remains at the site, aside from a few scattered bone fragments. This seems to suggest that most of the crew either survived the wreck or perished at sea. The discovery took a dramatic turn when archaeologists unearthed a treasure chest brimming with gold coins, conclusively linking the shipwreck to a Portuguese vessel that had disappeared in 1533. Dr. Noli, the chief archaeologist of the Southern Africa Institute of Maritime Archaeological Research, emphasized the significance of this find, noting that it redefined the concept of a ship loaded with gold. Further exploration of the site revealed the presence of bronze bowls, long metal poles that turned out to be cannons, an ancient musket dating back at least 5 centuries, and fragments of metal that hinted at a buried shipwreck. The remains also included compasses, swords, astrological tools, cannons, and even a time capsule, along with silver coins. While the Bom Jesus' specific history remains shrouded in mystery, it's presumed to be a part of the class of naval vessels developed by the Portuguese, designed to be larger, more efficient, and more durable for long-distance voyages. These ships facilitated extended expeditions undertaken by Portuguese fleets during this era. The Bom Jesus was likely on a course for western India via the southern tip of Africa, mirroring the common route used by similar Portuguese vessels with identical cargoes. Today, the Bom Jesus stands as the oldest and most valuable shipwreck ever found off the western coast of sub-Saharan Africa. It was discovered in the region known as Sperrgebiet, Forbidden Territory, named after the numerous German prospectors who explored the area in search of diamonds. The region continues to be subject to diamond mining operations run jointly by De Beers and the Namibian government, making it largely inaccessible. The remnants of this remarkable shipwreck remain under the vigilant protection of mining security, with limited access to the site. There have been discussions about establishing a museum, but whether this idea materializes remains to be seen. 6. Newberry Springs. Newberry Springs, California, was once known for its private lakes that served as a training grounds for water skiing stars like Esther Williams. It also boasted one of the largest populations of tri-colored blackbirds on the West Coast. However, the town has garnered another reputation, one characterized by the haunting remains of houses engulfed by the nearby Mojave River. Among these remnants is a 2-story house that was once owned by Joe and Cheryl Marino. Nearby, houses belonging to the Mintz, Zink, and Wright families were buried north and northeast of Newberry Road in the riverbed. But these eerie scenes weren't the work of aliens, but rather a consequence of Mother Nature taking advantage of a man-made disaster initiated by county maintenance workers. Between 1979 and 1991, these county workers embarked on a mission to clear the sand buildup on Mineola Road, which crosses over the river. They repeatedly dumped the sand on the downwind east side of the road within the Mojave River channel, and over time, tons of sand accumulated, as it was replenished each time the wind blew it away. It puzzled many that the county workers didn't question the disappearance of the sand, but the sand dumping ceased in 1991 when homeowners began to complain. The houses, including Joe Marino's, Marguerite Paduano's, and 6 others, were located along a 6-mile or 10-kilometer stretch of the riverbed. Prevailing westerly winds carried loose sand onto these properties, creating massive 10-foot or 3-meter sand dunes, effectively transforming the area into a vast sandbox. homeowners filed a lawsuit against the county in 1992, seeking approximately $6 million to facilitate their relocation. And in response, the county countersued, deflecting blame and accusing residents of exacerbating the problem by extracting excessive water from the aquifer, thereby destabilizing the desert floor. The remains of these homes tell a story of abandonment and loss. Houses have gradually become more exposed as the winds uncover them, and nearby, the husks of 2 additional houses stand as witnesses to their unfortunate fate. Tragedy struck once more when, in April 2000, a fatal attack occurred. 10-year-old Cash Carson, weighing 66 pounds or 30 kilograms, was mauled to death by dogs. The pit bull chow mix named Bear and a smaller mixed breed pit bull named Louise encountered Cash and his playmate Danny Gonzalez while walking near the property where caretaker James Chiavetta was responsible for the dogs. Chiavetta was convicted and sentenced to 4 years in state prison as a result of the attack. Today, the abandoned houses and the chilling history of Newberry Springs offer us a glimpse of the unpredictable and often unforgiving forces of nature and human actions that can reshape communities and lives. 5. Kolmanskop, Namibia's ghost town. Kolmanskop, a ghost town in the Namib Desert of Africa, holds a captivating history of diamonds, luxury, and colonial violence. Its story began in 1908 when a railway worker, Zacharias Luala, discovered diamonds while clearing sand from railroad tracks. The diamond rush that ensued led to the establishment of a town that produced a significant portion of the world's diamonds, becoming a well of luxury in the desolate desert. Kolmanskop boasted amenities like a butcher, a bakery, a post office, and even European opera performances. However, the town's prosperity was marred by its colonial past. Just 4 years prior to the diamond discovery, the German colonizers had brutally suppressed the Herero Rebellion, resulting in the death of over 60,000 Herero people. Kolmanskop's quick riches drew the attention of German authorities, who imposed restrictions and reserved prospecting rights for a Berlin-based company, displacing tribespeople and forcing them into diamond mines as laborers. Intensive mining and the discovery of richer diamond fields on the southern beach terraces led to Kolmanskop's decline by the 1930s. The town was then abandoned as the dunes reclaimed it by 1956. Today, the remains of Kolmanskop are a haunting attraction, drawing around 35,000 tourists annually. The allure of ruin gazing is not new, as people have been fascinated by broken cities and monuments throughout history. These ruins challenge our perception of progress and remind us of the transience of human achievements. Kolmanskop brings attention to the dark side of colonialism, a somber reminder of a disappearing world, and an evocative representation of the human capacity to build and destroy. Despite conservation efforts, Kolmanskop's structures have shown signs of deterioration, raising concerns about the town's future. In time, it may succumb to the relentless encroachment of the desert, but for now, it stands as an impressive echo of the ever-changing sands of history. 4. Qatar Desert Petroglyphs. In Qatar's northeastern desert, amidst the desolation of sand dunes, lies Al Jassasiyah, a significant rock art site adorned with mysterious petroglyphs. These ancient carvings, numbering around 900 in total, offer a captivating glimpse into the past. While most of the petroglyphs feature enigmatic cup marks arranged in various patterns, some stand out as depictions of sailing ships observed from a bird's eye view. Al Jassasiyah's uniqueness lies in these ship carvings. These creations provide insights into the vessels used in Qatar's flourishing fishing and pearling industries, which were central to the country's economy for centuries. The boats depicted in the petroglyphs are typically fish-shaped, sporting pointed sterns, rows of oars, and various intricate details. They even feature depictions of anchors, highlighting both traditional Arabic and European anchor types. However, the precise age and purpose of these petroglyphs remain shrouded in mystery. While some studios suggest they may be several hundred years old, dating them accurately is a challenging task. Some experts speculate that the high concentration of ship carvings at Al Jassasiyah might be linked to ancient beliefs that viewed ships as symbolic means of transitioning from the mortal world to the afterlife. So you may be wondering, who made these petroglyphs? Well, unfortunately, that's a question that scientists aren't able to answer quite yet. More research is required before the secrets of this desert rock art can be revealed. Visiting Al Jassasiyah is an opportunity to ponder the meaning behind these impressive carvings. The site, located in a remote area, lacks shade, so it's advisable to bring water, wear sunscreen, and a hat when exploring the petroglyphs. The best times to visit are during sunrise and sunset, when the desert's beauty is accentuated. The location is conveniently near Azerbaijani Beach, making it a worthwhile excursion combining history and natural beauty. 3. Plane crash in the Sahara. In 2012, in the desolate Sahara Desert, an incredible World War II relic, a Kitty Hawk P-40 fighter plane, was discovered by Jacob Perka, an employee of a Polish oil company. This remarkably well-preserved aircraft crash-landed on June 28, 1942. The discovery took place in a remote area west of the Nile, situated 200 miles or 322 kilometers from the nearest city. The single-seater fighter plane, despite bearing scars from enemy encounters and the crash landing, appears to have been preserved by the desert's relentless heat. Military historians were able to identify the aircraft as a Royal Air Force plane, one that was piloted by Flight Sergeant Dennis Kopping, who was part of the RAF's 260 Squadron. Kopping was on a mission against German General Erwin Rommel's advancing forces toward Egypt. Ordered to transport the damaged but functioning Kitty Hawk to another airbase in Egypt for repairs, he tragically went off course and vanished without a trace. And his plane remained undiscovered for decades. Although no human remains were found at the crash site, there's evidence suggesting that Kopping survived the initial crash. He seemingly attempted to construct a shelter from his parachute to shield himself from the harsh desert sun. The radio and battery were removed from the plane, indicating his efforts to send an SOS. As no remains were found nearby, it's speculated that he embarked on a perilous journey on foot. But his ultimate fate remains uncertain, leaving his whereabouts a mystery. Efforts are now underway to locate Flight Sergeant Kopping, but the odds of success are slim. In the meantime, the well-preserved plane faces a new danger. The Egyptian military, fearing potential accidents, removed all weapons and bullets from the wreck. The true threat lies in the local population, some of whom have begun to dismantle the aircraft for scrap metal. The proximity of the wreckage to a smuggling route between Sudan and Libya has also made it a target for scavengers. The British Ministry of Defense and the RAF Museum are collaborating to recover the plane. But given the location's sensitivity, the search and recovery teams require an escort from the Egyptian army. This coordination is challenging, and time is running out to ensure the plane's preservation. 2. Ancient city in the Iraqi desert. In the southern deserts of Iraq, an extraordinary archaeological discovery has come to light. A long-lost ancient urban settlement that's believed to date back to pre-Babylonian times. Unearthed in the Tel Duhaila area in D-Kar Governorate, located approximately 19 miles or 30 kilometers from the ancient city of Ur. A group of Russian archaeologists, in collaboration with their Iraqi colleagues, made this remarkable find on June 24, 2021. This newly discovered city joins a list of over 1,200 archaeological sites in the region. The area, once part of the Mesopotamian Delta, is often referred to as the Cradle of Civilization. It holds historical significance due to its role as a hub of human progress and advancement. Initial speculation suggests that this city might have been the capital of a state established following the political upheaval at the end of the ancient Babylonian era. This turbulent period led to the systematic destruction of the Sumerian civilization's urban life around the middle of the 2nd millennium BC. Artifacts found at the site include an oxidized arrowhead, traces of stoves, and clay camel statues that date back to the early Iron Age. However, the most intriguing aspect of this discovery is that it offers insights into the early development of agriculture using silt in Mesopotamia. The ancient city also contains remnants from the period that preceded the emergence of the Sumerian civilization. Further investigations at the site may unveil items with cuneiform writing in an undisturbed archaeological context, a prospect that's been deemed extremely important by the head of the Russian excavation, Alexei Jankowski-Diakonov. While this is undoubtedly a significant find, it highlights the ongoing challenges faced by Iraqi archaeology. Despite the importance of these sites, a lack of funding and support from the Iraqi government often necessitates the involvement of foreign archaeologists in excavations. Efforts are being made to address these issues. Amer Abdel Razak, the Antiquities Director of DCAR, has recognized the newfound site significance and registered it with the DCAR Antiquity Department before the Russian team's arrival in Iraq. The head of the Culture, Tourism, and Antiquity Committee in the Iraqi parliament, Sumaya al-Ghalab, stressed the need to secure the necessary funds, protect excavation teams, and develop a comprehensive strategy for archaeological exploration and research covering Iraq's entire archaeological map. 1. Death Valley's underground city of giants. In August 1947, Howard E. Hill recounted an astonishing tale to the Los Angeles Transportation Club about the mysterious discovery of an underground city beneath Death Valley. The story revolved around Dr. F. Bruce Russell, a retired physician from Cincinnati, Ohio, and his colleague, Dr. Daniel S. Bovey. In 1931, while exploring mining opportunities, Russell accidentally stumbled upon a network of tunnels hidden deep beneath the earth. These tunnels extended in various directions, revealing a catacomb of secrets beneath the desert. In one of the caverns, Russell and Bovey made an astonishing discovery: mummified remains of enormous beings, standing 8 to 9 feet, or 2.4 to 3 meters tall. These giants were adorned in peculiar garments resembling dyed gray sheepskin, crafted from an unknown animal. The chamber also held artifacts with resemblances to Egyptian and Native American designs, featuring hieroglyphics carved onto polished granite. The explorers believed they'd uncovered the burial ground of a once revered tribe. Continuing their exploration, they encountered what they described as a ritual hall of the ancient inhabitants. They discovered more artifacts, markings, and the remarkably well-preserved remains of creatures such as dinosaurs, elephants, and tigers, which some later speculated might have been saber-toothed tigers and mammoths. According to Russell, this subterranean world comprised at least 32 tunnels, spanning a vast expanse of 180 square miles, or 466 square kilometers beneath Death Valley and portions of southern Nevada. However, professional archaeologists and scientists expressed skepticism, as the timeline of certain creatures' existence seemed incompatible with the discoveries. Undeterred by skepticism, Dr. Russell and a group of investors established Amazing Explorations, Inc. to publicize and potentially profit from their astonishing find. Yet, the shifting sands of the unforgiving desert concealed the site on subsequent attempts, leading to Russell's disappearance. Months later, his abandoned car was found in a remote area of Death Valley, bearing a burst radiator and still containing his suitcase. As for Dr. Bovey, he vanished into obscurity, distancing himself from the intriguing mystery. This curious story raises questions about the existence of this underground city in Death Valley and the fate of Dr. Russell and Dr. Bovey. Do you believe that they really found a lost underground city of giants and were neutralized for going public with their discovery? Or do you think this whole story is nothing but a hoax? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.